Aloha. Welcome to Church of the Holy Cross, United Church of Christ in Hilo, Hawaii. Here it is, the second Friday of July, which means that in ordinary times we would be holding a community sing. But since these are not ordinary times, we're holding a community concert, and I'm glad that you can be with me from wherever you might happen to be to spend some time sharing some music. And I'm hoping that on at least some of these songs, you will sing along at home or wherever you might happen to be. If you're watching this, in recorded edition at work, bring a little light to somebody's day. Well, we begin tonight's community concert in the same way that we always do. This little light. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, oh, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All around the world, all around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, all around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. I'm going to sing this next verse as Here in Hilo Town, but you fill in wherever you happen to be. Here in Hilo Town, I'm going to let it shine. Oh, here in Hilo Town, I'm going to let it shine. Here in Hilo Town, we've all got to let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Hide it under a bushel? I don't think so. Hide it under a bushel, no. You gotta let it shine. Oh, hide it under a bushel, no. You gotta let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no. We've all gotta let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. And don't let anybody blow it out. You gotta let it shine. Oh, don't let anybody blow it out. You gotta let it shine. Don't let anybody blow it out. We've all gotta let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light, oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, oh, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. And so we begin with our shining lights. Here's a song out of the days when people sought freedom, and the boundary between slavery and freedom was a river. Michael, row the boat ashore. Michael, row the boat ashore. Hallelujah. Michael, row the boat ashore. Hallelujah. Brother, lend a helping hand. Brother, lend a helping hand. Hallelujah. Brother, lend a helping hand. Hallelujah. Sister, help to trim the sail. Sister, help to trim the sail. Hallelujah. Sister, help to trim the sail. Hallelujah. Jordan's river is deep and wide. Meet my mother on the other side. Jordan's river is deep and wide. Hallelujah. I'll meet my mother on the other side. Hallelujah. Jordan's river is chilly and cold. Chills the body, but not the soul. Jordan's river is chilly and cold. Hallelujah. Chills the body, but not the soul. Hallelujah. Trumpet sound the jubilee. Trumpet sound the jubilee. Hallelujah. Oh, the trumpet sound the jubilee. Hallelujah. Michael rowed the boat ashore. Hallelujah. Michael rowed the boat ashore. Hallelujah. This is a song I wrote back in 2010 after that major oil spill, in fact, the largest undersea oil spill to date, when an exploration ship called the Deepwater Horizon took fire and sank and left the wellhead just spewing oil into the Gulf of Mexico for, weeks. I had not sung this song in quite some time, but then last weekend, there was another incident in the Gulf of Mexico, this time not a wellhead, but an undersea pipeline. And there was a leak, and it burst into flame underwater. So there were these amazing photos of the Atlantic Ocean on fire. So seemed like a good time to bring this song back. Aboard the Deepwater Horizon, a mile above the well, the gas roared to the surface and lit the flames of hell. 11 workers died there as the rig began to sink. But America's cars are thirsty, and when they thirst, they drink. A fire in the darkness, oil gushing from the deep. Seabirds, shrimp, and turtles' hearts take their final beat. Petroleum Communion, baptism of oil, sacrifice of grieving, they died for you. They said it could never happen. There were fail-safes and a plan. 40 miles from the coastline, it would end before it began. But the batteries and the backups, well, they betrayed themselves, all drained. Waves and beaches tarnished with a mahogany rainbow stain. A fire in the darkness, oil gushing from the deep. Seabirds, shrimp, and turtles' hearts take their final beat. Petroleum Communion, baptism of oil, sacrifice of grieving, they died for you. Asphalt on the highways, plastic in the toys, the spark within the light bulb, the power we employ. Oil to warm our winters, oil to meet our need, is the oil that slays the pelican, a product of our greed. Fire in the darkness, oil gushing from the deep. Seabirds, shrimp and turtles' hearts take their final beat. Petroleum Communion, baptism of oil, sacrifice of grieving, they died for you. Ask forgiveness of the dolphin, absolution of the marsh. Beg the mercy of the seagull, whose voice and death are harsh. Petroleum Communion, earth's oily blood, stains our hands together and earns the tears of God. A fire in the darkness, oil gushing from the deep. Seabirds, shrimp and turtles' hearts take their final beat. Petroleum Communion, baptism of oil, sacrifice of grieving, they died for you. Petroleum Communion. My life flows on in endless song, above earth's lamentation. I hear the real though far off hymn that hails a new creation. Through all the tumult and the strife, I hear the music ringing. It finds an echo in my soul. How can I keep from singing? What though my joys and comforts die, my Savior still is living. What though the shadows gather round, a new song Christ is giving. No storm can shake my inmost calm, while to that rock I'm clinging. Since love commands both heaven and earth, how can I keep from singing? From singing, how can I keep from singing? I lift my eyes, the cloud grows dim, I see the blue above it, and day by day this pathway smooths, since first I learned to love it. The peace of Christ makes fresh my heart, a fountain ever springing. All things are mine since I am Christ's. How can I keep from singing? From singing, how can I keep from singing? From singing, how can I keep from singing? From singing, from singing, from singing, how can I keep from singing? From the great Robert Lowry. Bit more of a whoa. Well, something's wrong there. Huh. Oh, that's much better, isn't it? Oh, if I could, I surely would stand on the rock where Moses stood. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Now Moses stood on the Red Sea shore, smoting the water with a 2x4. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. And the Lord told Moses what to do to lead those Hebrew children through. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Oh, Mary. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. God gave Noah the rainbow sign. No more water, fire next time. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Mary wore 3 links of chain. Every round was freedom's name. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Oh, Mary. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. When I get to heaven, gonna sing and shout. Nobody there gonna put me out. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. One of these days, about 12 o'clock, this whole world's gonna reel and rock. Oh, Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Oh, Mary. Mary, don't you weep, don't you moan. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep one more time. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you moan. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you moan. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. There's always got to be one ridiculously long song in the program. This is it. And it is a children's song, which means it's about things that adults typically discourage. In this case, playing with your food and playing with sharp objects. It's Aiken Drum. There was a man who lived in the moon, lived in the moon, lived in the moon. Was a man lived in the moon, and his name was Aiken Drum. And he played upon a ladle, a ladle, a ladle. Played upon a ladle, and his name was Aiken Drum. And his hair was made of good green cheese, good green cheese, good green cheese. His hair was made of good green cheese, and his name was Aiken Drum. And he played upon a ladle, a ladle, a ladle. Played upon a ladle, and his name was Aiken Drum. And his shirt was made of good roast beef, good roast beef, good roast beef. His shirt was made of good roast beef, and his name was Aiken Drum. And he played upon a ladle, a ladle, a ladle. Played upon a ladle, and his name was Aiken Drum. And his waistcoat was made of trifle, trifle, trifle. His waistcoat was made of trifle, and his name was Aiken Drum. And he played upon a ladle, a ladle, a ladle. Played upon a ladle, and his name was Aiken Drum. And his buttons were made of penny loaves, penny loaves, penny loaves. Buttons were made of penny loaves, and his name was Aiken Drum. And he played upon a ladle, a ladle, a ladle. Played upon a ladle, and his name was Aiken Drum. This is the point in the song where the person made out of food analogy breaks down a little bit. You'll see. His pants were made of haggis bags, yes, haggis bags. His pants were made of haggis bags, and his name was Aiken Drum. And he played upon a ladle, a ladle, a ladle. Played upon a ladle, and his name was Aiken Drum. Oh my. Because there was a man in another town, another town, another town. There was a man in another town, and his name was Willie Wood. And he played upon a razor, a razor, a razor. Played upon a razor, and his name was Willie Wood. Told you there was playing with sharp objects coming. He ate up all that good green cheese, good green cheese, good green cheese. He ate up all that good green cheese, and his name was Willie Wood. And he played upon a razor, a razor, a razor. Played upon a razor, and his name was Willie Wood. And he ate up all that good roast beef, good roast beef, good roast beef. He ate up all that good roast beef, and his name was Willie Wood. And he played upon a razor, a razor, a razor. Played upon a razor, and his name was Willie Wood. Then he ate up all that trifle, the trifle, the trifle. Ate up all the trifle, and his name was Willie Wood. And he played upon a razor, a razor, a razor. Played upon a razor, and his name was Willie Wood. Then he ate up all those penny loaves, the penny loaves, yes, the penny loaves. Ate up all the penny loaves, and his name was Willie Wood. And he played upon a razor, a razor, a razor. Played upon a razor, and his name was Willie Wood. But he choked upon the haggis bags, the haggis bags, the haggis bags. He choked upon the haggis, it was the end of Willie Wood. And he played upon a razor, a razor, a razor. Played upon a razor, and his name was Willie Wood. And he played upon a ladle, a ladle, a ladle. Played upon a ladle, and his name was Aiken Drum. Oh, dear. Poor Aiken Drum. Poor Willie Wood. It's a song without a happy ending. This song has a happy ending. Kind of a down moment in the middle there, but it's got a happy ending. Skip, skip, skip to my Lou, skip, skip, skip to my Lou, skip, skip, skip to my Lou, skip to my Lou, my darling. Lou, Lou, skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, skip to my Lou, my darling. Fly in the buttermilk shoe, fly shoe, fly in the buttermilk shoe, fly shoe, fly in the buttermilk shoe, fly shoe, skip to my Lou, my darling. Little red wagon, let's paint it blue. There's a little red wagon, let's paint it blue. There's a little red wagon, let's paint it blue. Skip to my Lou, my darling. Oh, Lou, Lou. Skip to my Lou, Lou, Lou. Skip to my Lou, Lou, Lou. Skip to my Lou, skip to my Lou, my darling. Lost my partner, what'll I do? Lost my partner, what'll I do? Lost my partner, what'll I do? Skip to my Lou, my darling. Well, I'll get another pretty as you. I'll get another as pretty as you. I'll get another as pretty as you. Skip to my Lou, my darling. Oh, Lou, Lou. Skip to my Lou, Lou, Lou. Skip to my Lou, Lou, Lou. Skip to my Lou, skip to my Lou, my darling. Can't get a red bird, a jaybird will do. Can't get a red bird, a jaybird will do. Can't get a red bird, a jaybird will do. Skip to my Lou, my darling. Lou, Lou. Skip to my Lou, Lou, Lou. Skip to my Lou, Lou, Lou. Skip to my Lou, skip to my Lou, my darling. Oh, skip, skip, skip to my Lou, skip, skip, skip to my Lou, skip, skip, skip to my Lou, skip to my Lou, my darling. Yes. So, there's an event underway at the moment in the United Church of Christ. It is our every 2-year national gathering called the General Synod. Formally, the Synod itself has not started, but for the last few days we've been holding workshops. Everything, of course, is online this year. And so therefore, I'm spending a lot of time attending these workshops in front of a screen with headphones on and not moving around very much. I'll tell you one thing right now, that one of the things I miss from in-person workshops was that there was 15 minutes between the end of one workshop and the beginning of the next, and you got to stand up and stretch. Not getting that in the online format. But it did put this song in mind. This is a song I wrote last year. Actually, I think this song had its 1-year anniversary or birthday or whatever you want to think of it, not too long ago. I woke up this morning with a sense of dread. I woke up this morning with earphones on my head. It's gonna be another day of Skype and Zoom ahead. I'm singing the blues of cameras and of mics. I logged in on FaceTime, everybody else was on Skype. There's Google Meetings, there's Facebook Live, and every one of them is giving me the Teleconference Blues. I logged into the meeting, what did I see? A mass of unknown faces staring back at me. Oh, quick check the email, it's on me. I'm not on till 3. So I'm singing the blues of cameras and of mics. I logged in through Facebook, but everybody else was on Skype. Google Meetings, Facebook Live, and every last one of them is giving me the Teleconference Blues. Right-hand corner is the one no one can hear. In the center on the left, that's the one who's been sneaking a beer. So workshop comes to a close, there's the closing words from the leader. We're gonna be a long time before this one ends, aren't we? Oh, I'm singing the blues of cameras and of mics. I logged in on Meet UCC. Does anybody at all use Skype? Google Meetings, Facebook Live, and every last one of them is giving me Teleconference Blues, the Teleconference Blues, the Teleconference Blues. Well, as we do hold to this General Synod, it is, of course, the great family reunion of the United Church of Christ. And that's a little hard to do with the online format. And so therefore, this song comes to mind as being kind of a prayer for that dimension of our national gathering. I was standing at the window on a cold and cloudy day when I saw that bus come rolling for to carry my mother away. Will the circle be unbroken? Oh, by and by, Lord, by and by, there's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. But I told that undertaker, oh undertaker, please drive slow. carrying. Lord, I hate to see her go. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Follow close behind her, I tried to hold on and be brave, but I could not hide my sorrow when they laid her in that grave. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Yes, the circle will be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. In the sky, Lord, in the sky. In the sky, Lord, in the sky. And this is my other prayer for this synod. It's sort of my prayer for this year. The synod's a good time to bring out this prayer. May we be wise. May we embrace compassion, reject the call of lies. May we abide in righteousness, though it summon deep surprise within our hearts and our minds. Oh, may we be wise. Wisdom is in short supply, while folly has been our favorite friend, offered us wealth, given us tears for all too many years. May we be wise. May we embrace compassion, reject the call of lies. May we abide in righteousness, though it summon deep surprise within our hearts and our minds. Oh, may we be wise. Compassion has a weary voice, while greed is amplified. Left many short of bread, many more short of soul, their hearts an empty hole. May we be wise. May we embrace compassion, reject the call of lies. May we abide in righteousness, though it summon deep surprise within our hearts and our minds. Oh, may we be wise. Justice is a forlorn hope when power takes the sword from her hand, and some get great rewards, others labor for naught and wonder what the time has brought. So may we be wise, may we embrace compassion, reject the call of lies. May we abide in righteousness, though it summon deep surprise within our hearts and our minds. Oh, may we be wise. Oh, may we be wise. Oh, may we be wise. This is sort of a song about unwisdom, I guess. Certainly there is an abundant number of lessons one could learn from it. In a cavern, in a canyon, excavating for a mine, dwelt a miner, 49er, and his daughter Clementine. Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. You know what I'll do is after each voice, not my accent, I will mention the lesson one might learn from said verse. Light she was, and like a fairy, and her shoes were number 9. Herring boxes without topses, sandals were for Clementine. Aha, I see some problems with footwear. Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. Drove she ducklings to the water every morning just at 9. Stubbed her toe against a splinter, fell into the foaming brine. Definitely wear closed-toed shoes. Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. Ruby lips above the water, blowing bubbles soft and fine. But alas, I was no swimmer, so I lost my Clementine. I think the lesson is fairly clear there. Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. Where the myrtles doth entwine, there were rosies and other posies fertilized by Clementine. I'm not sure what you're supposed to learn from that, but that's kind of an icky verse, isn't it? Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. The miner, 49er, soon began to peak and pine. Thought he ought to join his daughter, now he's with his Clementine. I think that's bringing family solidarity just a little too far, don't you? Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. In my dreams she still doth haunt me, robed in garments soaked with brine. Though in life I used to hug her, now she's dead, I draw the line. Not sure what we're supposed to learn from that one either. Maybe, I don't know, sleeping pills so you don't have weird dreams? my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. Now in this verse the lesson is built right in. Now ye Boy Scouts and ye Girl Scouts, heed this tragic tale of mine. Artificial respiration could have saved my Clementine. Take a first aid course. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. This verse I'm not going to try and make a lesson out of it. It's just what it is. How I missed her. How I missed her, how I missed my Clementine, till I kissed her little sister and forgot who? My Clementine. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine, you are lost and gone forever, dreadful sorry Clementine. This is a song that has very little to do with Clementine, but it's got a prettier tune. Oh, there is a balm in Gilead to make the wounded whole. There is a balm in Gilead to heal the sin-sick soul. Sometimes I feel discouraged and think my work's in vain, but then the Holy Spirit revives my soul again, for there is a sin-sick soul. Don't ever feel discouraged, for Jesus is your friend. And if you ask for knowledge, he'll never fail to lend. Yes, there is a balm in Gilead to make the wounded whole. Oh, there is a balm in Gilead to heal the sin-sick soul. If you cannot preach like Peter, if you cannot pray like Paul, you can tell the love of Jesus and say he died for all. For there is a balm in Gilead to make the wounded whole. Yes, there is a balm in Gilead to heal the sin-sick soul. Balm in Gilead. These next two songs are actually based on the same scriptural text. They both take their inspiration from 1 Corinthians 13, that hymn to love, recorded by or written by, he's not clear about it, the Apostle Paul. This one is Ecolumea Nui by Robert Navagine. Ecolumea nui makahonua o kamana o io kamana o lana ame ke aloha kai oi ae o mai kahina mea apa o mai kahina mea apa e na makua na keiki no mamo ayuda me epalahima e pa'akamana'o I ka pono I ue ae po mai kahina mea apa po mai kahina mea apa. And this one is my own take on that same text. If I should speak in every language on the planet, if I should have the gift of eloquence divine, if the angels were to envy all of my speeches, but there were no love on my tongue, then I should be no more than a noise. I should be no more than a screeching, but with love to give some substance to my words, I would have something of worth to say. If I could know the will of my Creator, if I should understand the mysteries of time, if I should have the power to place the mountains into the sea, but there were no love in mind or limbs, then I would be no more than nothing. I would be less than a breath. But with love to give the substance to my wisdom, I could do and do well. If I gave away all of my possessions, if I withheld nothing of the things that I call mine, if I could boast I had offered my life itself, but there were no love in my life, then I'd have given nothing for nothing, and I'd receive exactly what I had given. But with love to turn my offering into truth, I would receive everything. Love is patient, love is kind, love does not boast or insist that it is right. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love bears all things, love believes all things, love hopes all things, love endures all things. Love never ends. Love never ends. Love never ends. Love never ends. But the hour does. We have come to the last song on the program. And those of you who are familiar with these evenings will know that there's one last love song to sing. In this case, the love song to the islands, to the Moku, to the land, to the Aina. Hawaii aloha. E Hawaii e kurone hana oe, kuhome kulai vine, o vino agina pono lani o. E Hawaii aloha e haoli na opio o Hawaii nei oli mai na ake makani e pamai Well, that is our community concert for this evening. Although Synod is running next week, we will be holding the Wednesday song at 11, kind of squeezing it in between other synod occurrences. So do visit holycrosshilo.com to find the Song from Church of the Holy Cross. This coming Sunday, of course, there is worship at 10. I will be leading that worship service. On the 18th, we'll have the Reverend Jonathan Roach leading worship while I am engaging in the last part of the synod business and worship. So I think it's a pretty good summary of what's coming up here at Church of the Holy Cross. Whenever we are next together, in person or at a distance, at the same time or separated by hours, days, even weeks. Whatever time we are next together, until then, be well and be joyful, and let there be a song in your heart. Aloha.